What do you think when he takes you through and rolls that first cradle out of bounds?
Well, he's extremely long, so he's got leverage. When I get caught underneath, he's able to basically initiate his attacks from that position. He's a great scrambler. Wrestled a long folk style season. I haven't wrestled folk style in 4 years, so he got me a couple times when the rolls out of bounds, but luckily I was able to initiate my offense. I saw a little bit of weakness in him. He started getting tired putting his hands on his knees, and whenever David Taylor puts his hands on his knees, then I know that
can only a Jordan Burroughs come back from something down like that?
No, not at all. I think it just takes mental toughness, dedication, focus, and grit. So I knew what I needed to do. All I had to do was score one more point than he did, and I got it done.
You know the world is watching these matches. When Taylor does something like that, do you realize people will be scouting for you and look for a weakness?
I don't care.
Okay.
You know? Obviously, they've been scouting me for years, and they still haven't figured it out yet. So for me, it's all about going out there and wrestling the best of my ability. It's not always going to look good, but luckily I got it done today. So I know David Taylor, Andrew Howe, Kyle Day, there's a number of guys that come after me each and every year, but I'm still able to knock them off the ladder and keep staying on top.
Was there any fear when you were down 6-3?
No, not at all. You know, I think that it's a position I've been in multiple times in my career. I think people look at my career and see that I haven't lost much in the last 5 years, but I got to this point by being mentally tough, mentally focused. I've had a lot of close matches in my career, and you don't reach this level of success in your career just by being athletic and tough. Basically, you have to have mental dedication, you have to be mentally focused, and this is my 4th year on the wrestling scene. People said I was domesticated, I didn't train as hard this year coming into this event, and I should prove them wrong.
There was no like panic, no like sense of urgency. I mean, you close the gap, it's 1 point, and then wham, it hits that cradle again, and it's a 3-point spread. I know what we're all thinking is,
well, you know what? I think when he scored those points, he kind of relaxed a little bit. So he thought that I got this match put away. There's about 40 seconds left, and I'm up by 3. I needed 2 takedowns, but luckily I saw that there was 40 seconds on the clock, and I'm just an optimist, you know. So he looked at the cup as being half empty, and I looked at it as being half full. So I knew I could go out there and score some more takedowns.
Did you ever think about these moments add to your legend?
Yeah, for sure. I think I solidified myself as one of the greatest American wrestlers of all time. So every year there's a great coming up. Kyle Dake last year, David Taylor this year. Who knows, Alex Derringer in a couple years. There's going to be a lot of tough guys coming for my spot, and I'm just hoping to get a couple more titles before Aaron Pico gets on us.
You're down 4-1 at halftime. What are Manning and Snyder saying? Is it technical things or is it just mental things that get you?
Well, I think the focus every match I step out there is to move my feet and use my hands. I've got heavy hands, good quickness, good feet, and I can utilize those skills, but I didn't do a very good job of it in a couple of positions, but I was able to get it on his legs. I just couldn't capitalize and finish. He's great on defending his right leg, so I know never to shoot on that right leg again after today. I'll be going for the left a little bit more.
So you're scouting him now?
Yeah, for sure. I think I get as much from these matches as those guys get from me.
Like, it seems like your toughest matches are guys in the U.S. These are guys that you train with all the time. Is there anything, is there a point where it's like you got to back off and maybe not train with these guys as much?
This may be my last U.S. Open ever.
Yeah?
You know, I think this might be my last one. So I've got a couple good years left in me in terms of wrestling in my career, but this will probably be my last U.S. Open. You know, I've been here a number of years. This is my 3rd time winning it. Wrestle the same Americans I wrestle in the trial, so it's really no benefit to me besides allowing my fans, my family to come out and watch me.
Why did you compete in this Open?
Well, basically just so my family could see me. My wife's here, her family's here, so a lot of people want to see these matches. This is big for you guys, for Flow Wrestling. This is big for the Mat.com, big for the wrestling community. So when you just see a Jordan Burroughs against a Matt Donahoe in the first round, no one really cares. But you see a Jordan Burroughs versus David Taylor, people are going to come out, they're tuning in at home, they're tuning in overseas, and people get interested for these matchups.
Would you be doing this without the David Taylors, the Kyle Dakes, the House?
No, not at all, not at all. You know, I don't come here to wrestle guys that I really haven't prepared for. I come to wrestle the best in the world. So it's just like a trophy hunter. I want the big deer up on my wall, and I just got a 12-point buck right there.
Leading into this, knowing that you're going to see probably Taylor in the finals of this, was there any like scouting or game planning?
Well, I watched my match from wrestling him here last year, and I knew that he liked to utilize the pace. Basically, when he can get his hands on you, you're in trouble. So a lot of positions I let him gain the advantage today, but I knew that if I worked my feet, used my hands, that I could score when I needed to. So I got a couple takedowns there. He was only able to really score when he countered me. Actually, he did get that one takedown early in the first period, but other than that, he scored those 2 cradles when I got in on his leg. So I know I'm the offensive guy. He wrestled a little bit defensive-minded that match, and I was able to come out on top.
Does that make you hesitant to be offensive, knowing that he's going to try to counter and score off of his counters, and he's better?
No, not at all. I think me getting into scrambles with him kind of slowed his pace down. If you allow him to do what he's doing well, then he's going to keep coming after you the entire match. So those scrambles early in the period, early in the match, kind of warmed down a little bit and allowed me to get on him later.
That last